This is the Root Cause Podcast. Thank you for joining us. This is the Root Cause Podcast where we try to get to the root cause of why things happen in the world and politics and finance like they do. I have with me two of my brothers. I got with me my brother Eric Johnson. My brother Eric Johnson is he's a tax professional. He is a business owner. He's an accountant. If you ever have issues with your taxes, you can reach out to him. Reach out to him on social media. He can get you taken care of with your taxes. Tax season is coming up. He does an amazing job with that. In addition to that, I got with me my brother Aaron. My brother Aaron, he's here, and he is a business professional as well. He's a business owner. He deals with digital marketing. He can help you upscale your business and reach new clients and help you fine tune how you are identifying customers and potential ways to upscale your business. I am Kendall Wyatt. I'm your big brother, your little brother, your godson, your grandson. I'm your friendly neighborhood pastor. I'm your old summer fling for somebody out there. And this is the Root Cause Podcast.
Is that one somebody out there? It's just that one somebody.
Just that one somebody. Somebody out there. I'm your old summer fling. You know that was the best summer of your life. But I got with me my brothers. What's up, fellas?
TikTok viewers just watched the first person to like that clip. That's the one he's talking about.
Yeah. What's up, fellas? Y'all good? What's going on, Eric? What's up, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. I'm battling a little bit of a cold a little bit, but other than that, all is well. You know, the weather changing.
Absolutely.
So you know how it is. Yep.
Gotcha. Aaron.
You got a cold that fast?
Yeah.
It is Indiana.
It's Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I didn't get it, but go ahead.
What? Now help me understand. I missed it.
I was talking about from the last episode.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. That's a good catch.
So last episode, Eric got raptured, and God sent him back down with the flu. And he says, "Stop playing on my name."
That's right.
Here's something to go with.
So stop pretending like you saved. Go back. Go back and get saved.
Okay.
Man, let's get right into it, man. Listen.
Yeah, let's go.
Speaking of God, let's talk about his kinfolk and them. Let's start overseas. After nearly 2 years of negotiations and global pressure, Hamas has released the last 20 living Israeli hostages who are being held in Gaza. This comes as a part of a U.S. brokered ceasefire and prisoner exchange. Crowds came together in Tel Aviv, what they're calling Hostage Square, as the nation watched families reunite in tears and in relief. For many Israelis, it was a bittersweet moment, though, because while the living are home, the remains of many who were killed in captivity still haven't returned. I want to start with Eric on this because Eric has some pretty strong opinions on this that I think might be interesting to y'all. Y'all might be surprised at his opinion on this, but Eric, start us off, man. What's your opinion on this?
I think this was a good look for President Trump. Far as as he calls himself the peace president, whatever that means, even though he's still bombing different instead of
and starting wars in American cities.
Starting wars, yeah,
but
he did say he was going to end this the supposed ceasefire, and he did it, and he did something that I believe President Joe Biden could have done, was say, I feel like Trump has other ulterior motives behind the ceasefire, as far as his own financial gain from this. But he brought the Palestinians home, and which is going to be favorable for him and favorable for the Republican Party for the midterms, because now you have Muslims and Palestinians that still live here, especially swing states like Michigan, saying that, hey, Donald Trump really did this for us, and it's politically this is going to look good for him, and it's going to hurt Democrats in states like Michigan that they need for the Senate and for Congress seats. So and also What I did not like from the media, maybe you guys can help me or articulate this, or they could help me out on this. Why, when it says Hamas, they call it hostages, but Palestinians, they say prisoners. What, including Barack Obama? Why is it termed that way? And also, and I heard Laura Loomer. She stays on our podcast. We talk about her all the time.
Let me see her. I want to see her.
And Rabbi, no, we're not gonna do that now. And Rabbi Shmuley, I don't know if you guys heard of Rabbi Shmuley, but they saying that 20 hostages returned to home. So where were the women and the children and all that stuff? But they lie and act like they forgot that the women and the children was already released, and the elderly back in November 2023, the first negotiation under Joe Biden, when he was doing it. So they lie and try to, and I'm seeing it on social media, and I wanted to get on these people. So hopefully you clip this out and you let them know that they lied. Mm-hmm. Laura Loomer and all these Republicans, they lied. Because there's no more. All they had was 20 white men that was able to fight and be at war age, army age men. They kept them only
as leverage.
Final
piece of leverage.
But the Israel, did you know that Israel, they had 1,000 people that got released, thousands of Palestinians. So let the record show that this was this.
Oh, did he get raptured again?
Oh, yeah. Eric, once again, is trying to go back to God. He needs to just go to hell. But anyway, so my thing is, this is not the first ceasefire. So I think what you're going to see is, because even Netanyahu is, we're going to saw something somewhere where this is not a full truce. He's still pulling back a little bit. So
Hamas and Bibi, they have not agreed to a ceasefire. Only person who agreed to is Trump. Who has power?
Well, so what I'm saying is, I think that once Trump is out of the region, the bombs will start again. Now, I hope that there's true peace, but we talked about this 2 episodes ago. This is a holy war that's been fought since the beginning. It's always been about being a holy war. Even though this is not the Israel from the Bible, I believe this is Palestinians from the Bible. You have white Israel versus the original Gaza.
Right.
And I know I'm going to catch flack because we already started seeing comment, oh, you can't talk about Israel and blah, blah, blah. Listen, don't make me go back. I'm not going to go back. I'm going to pull back.
No, pull up because it's white Israel. Because I said a couple of episodes ago, and I'm going to give it back to you real quick. It's white Israel because the Strait of Hormuz separated Israel from Northern Africa on purpose for a reason.
Yeah,
that's why it looks white like it does now. That's why those are Caucasian
defects of Europe. People, migrants from Europe, migrants from it. What'd you say?
Colonization.
Yeah, migrants from Europe, migrants from the fall of the USSR. They're all in the old Nazi Germany when Americans, when the World War II ended, they claimed that Hitler committed suicide. And what happened to Nazi SS? They were removed from that region, but where did they go? They went to other throughout the region. They went through even to America. They came to America, was given land in America, not CSS. They went down to Israel, not CSS. And that's why we are seeing this rise when Trump is in office and when the GOP are fanning the flames of racism. We have people running around with Nazi flags. Well, they've always been around. They've always been in Israel. They've always been in America ever since World War II. But anyway, so just let me get back on track. When it comes to what we're seeing here, I'm glad we're starting to see some improvement, but I'm just wondering if it's short-lived. That's my thoughts on it. I wonder how long it will last, because we've seen them stop before and then start back up.
Unfortunately, I mentioned this previously in another episode, and that's why I would encourage everybody that's watching us, watch all the episodes, because we do cover a lot of content in these episodes. But y'all, they need Gaza back to fulfill Scripture. I don't know what y'all want me to say. Now, we also talked about the fact that one of the clips that Aaron published for us, that Aaron produced, y'all listen, y'all give Aaron a hand. Aaron is the one who does a lot of our graphic work and all that. Hold on, I got something for you. Let me see. Where's my little sound effect here? Y'all
deserve it. You deserve it.
Give Aaron.
Take your bow, brother. Take your bow. Take your bow.
I appreciate it.
Take your bow.
Let's give Aaron.
I appreciate it. Right on.
On tonight for his all the excellent editing and stuff you see. That's all Aaron, so we can't take no credit for that. But one of the videos that he posted was a conversation we had, and like he said, about this being a holy war, and they got to fulfill Scripture. Now, I'm glad that this has come to an end, because all three of us were banging on the table about the and even Eric was mentioning it tonight, that you had 700 Israelis that died in that attack in November of 2023. We had 700 Israelis die, but it resulted in 64,000 Palestinians dying. And those two things are not even the same.
It's more than that. It's six figures. It's six figures.
And that's what. And we talked about that too, that they are reporting 64,000, right? And so you even see that, as Eric pointed out, you're even seeing that in the numbers of people that they had captive versus the number of people that that Hamas had captive, and those numbers are not even close to each other. So we are glad that there has been peace. That peace has come to give people an opportunity to take a breath, right? Take a deep breath. But y'all, unfortunately, they need Gaza to fulfill Scripture. So yes, the fighting will start up again.
Kendall, who are they calling Cyrus the Great?
Yeah, so here's another thing that we decided we want to talk about, and this is theological for all the Christians. This is theological. So while that's unfolding, the ceasefire in Israel's unfolding, Israel made headlines for another reason though, and it was a symbolic one. Billboards went up all around Jerusalem and Tel Aviv declaring Cyrus the Great lives among us. The phrase was directed at Donald Trump, who's being compared to the ancient Persian king Cyrus the Great, the ruler who in the Old Testament allowed the Jews exiled in Babylon to return and rebuild their temple. It is a very clear statement being made by Israel. It has very powerful biblical imagery, if you know what you're looking at. And for those who don't know, Cyrus wasn't Jewish, but God in Scripture used him to deliver Israel. So calling Trump Cyrus is a way of saying he's a vessel being used by God to bless the nation of Israel. But I want to make sure we're clear. I'm not saying that Donald Trump is the Antichrist, because the Antichrist is a sophisticated, non-Neanderthal, painted orange, baboon, buffoonish clown. The Antichrist is Satan. Yeah.
Carnival barking clown. Yeah.
Exactly. A carnival clown. The Antichrist is, in fact, Satan himself embodied in a human being. Satan himself, not a demon this time. Satan himself embodied in a person. Donald Trump is too much of a buffoon to be that. I'm gonna give Satan more credit than that. What I will say is this: them using Cyrus the Great to me, all of these things, I don't think Donald Trump is the false prophet or the Antichrist. I don't think he's either one of them because he's too much of a buffoon to be either one of them. And their description, he doesn't really meet the description. But what this does do is it gives a permission structure for Israel to start giving these very highfalutin titles to walking men.
Mm-hmm.
It to me, all of this is about desensitizing.
Mm-hmm.
If Satan showed up as the Antichrist right now, we wouldn't receive it. People, we're not going to receive it anyway, but people that will receive him, they wouldn't receive him because he would have to come too bold for the way the world is set up right now. But if you slowly but surely desensitize the world, if you slowly desensitize them, then when you show up, they're so used to heaping this type of praise on people that it doesn't really do anything. Now, I will say this, the only biblical connection, as I've thought about it, and I'll give the floor to y'all, the only biblical connection I've really seen in this, outside of them calling him Cyrus the Great, and Cyrus was the king that allowed Israel to go back into out of Babylonian. So the Persians took over the Babylonians. But the problem, and hold that thought, they took over the Babylonians in Scripture, in the Old Testament. And then Cyrus allowed Israel to go back and rebuild their community. So the book of Nehemiah is a byproduct. The book of Nehemiah and Ezra are a byproduct of what Cyrus did, letting them go home to rebuild their community. This is the reason why they're saying that Trump is Cyrus. Here's the problem, though. Cyrus and the Persians adopted the customs of the Babylonians. Now, in the book of Revelation, the Bible says it refers to the great whore. The great whore is Babylon. And a lot of people say, a lot of theologians will say that Babylon is either a political system or it's possibly the United States of America. So I want you to see the imagery of this. Cyrus, a non-believer in God. Now, they're actually slapping him in it. It's a backhanded compliment because Cyrus was a non-believer in Jehovah God. So they're saying Donald Trump is a non-believer that's being used by God. Not because he's a Christian, but because he's being used by God to bless Israel, which is possible. Donald Trump was on Air Force One the other day, and they was asking him, they said, man, you got a ceasefire deal. Do you think this is going to help you get into heaven? He said, this is what he said. Y'all's Christian president said this. I don't think there's anything I can do to get into heaven. There's nothing I can do.
He said it.
Okay, to be clear. In addition to that, so to me, if there's anything there, it is, why use Cyrus the Great? But then in addition to that, it was the Persians that took on the customs of the Babylonians. And so now you have Cyrus, who is from Persia, but he's taken on the customs of Babylon. And they're referring to Trump as Cyrus. And he has taken on the customs of, if the United States of America is Babylon, he has taken on the customs of Babylon. But then others would say that Babylon is an economic system that is about greed. And doesn't that sound like capitalism the way we do it right now? And if that's the case, then Donald Trump, again, is a part of a Babylonian system. So I said all that to say, y'all, no matter what is happening with that, if you are a Christian, and I'm gonna turn the floor over to y'all. If you are a Christian, and thank you for this time, I am the pastor on the panel. But if you are a Christian, y'all, we are getting close. Our ride is calling us and saying, I'm around the corner, be on the porch ready to go. Go ahead. Eric.
Yeah, I don't have anything, to be honest, I don't have anything to add to that. You pretty much laid it down. You laid it flat.
My question to the audience, because they're so quick to give Donald Trump these labels of this big mass warrior, the smartest man in the world. He currently is fighting with someone for the Nobel Peace Prize, and there was a meme that went out that said he's going to get the Nobel Piece of Shit Prize, but for the audience, Kendall, but for the audience, you decide. Kendall just laid out Cyrus the Great. I know a lot of people probably didn't know who Cyrus the Great was until they hit headlines. So you decide, is this man right here this guy?
Yeah.
This guy. This is who y'all hailing as the mighty Cyrus the Great. Cyrus
was a great conqueror. This buffoon is a suntan bed genius. He's a genius at getting that spray tan, Doc. He knows where every spray tan booth in the world is. That's his genius.
Yeah, I mean, he had every. I'm sorry, real quick. He had every chance. He had every chance to show the mighty warrior in himself, the mighty warrior in the Trump name. But what did he do? Bone spurs. Draft dodger because of bone spurs.
Cyrus the Great, he conquered Babylon, and Trump couldn't go into war to cook potatoes because a rich white boy was never going to see.
He was never going to see battle. Never see battle.
And he instead of boiling potatoes in a pot, he claimed it was it like 5 times he claimed he had bone spurs?
He said he had bone spurs, but he didn't have bone spurs when he was on Epstein Island.
He might have them now with them swollen ankles he got.
Stop. But you guys know that Trump he likes to be flattered. He likes his ego stroke. And he just saw Cyrus the Great. He has no idea who that is.
Oh, he don't know who
that is.
He has no idea. He thought like, man, that sounds great. Cyrus the Great.
Yeah,
he has.
Some people
has
no idea. Cyrus the Great. They don't even know. Stop, Kendall. Yeah. Stop, Kendall.
Has no idea.
Stop it, Kendall.
He has no idea who it is.
All right. So,
and the people know they don't know.
Yeah, but I will say to Christians, y'all got to be mindful because, man, time is winding up, man. We are. Mm-hmm. We talked about after the first time Eric got raptured on the show.
It looks like he's about to get raptured again.
What is going on with your camera?
I don't.
He's getting fed. What happened? Is this the Thanos snap now? Is he being snapped out of existence with Thanos?
All right. Well, this is okay. Let's give Eric a chance, but let's jump into something else here.
We don't flinch, no way. Bring the heat to throw shade. We're ready to play, pass or play. Yeah, we on that grind. Negative vibes, got receipts, we'll find. Pass or play. What's it gonna be? Root cause rolls deep. No apology, step to the mic, yeah. We hold that crown. Root cause ain't about to back down.
All right, so let's jump into pass or play. If you missed it on the last episode, pass or play is when we go over the comments that you've submitted online, whether it's on YouTube or any other social media platform. We're actually watching your comments. We might comment immediately, and we might just save it for this segment called pass or play. Pass or play is when we decide to either give you a pass and not go into the weeds with you, but we might still address your comment, or we'll play, and then you get the fire. So here we go. Eric, you're up again because this is actually the same video. You had so many comments, we had to break it up over 2 episodes. And I don't know. I can't put all the blame on you because it was you and I against Kendall on that segment. So, yeah.
Again,
But listen,
apparently you two versus me and all of our audience.
Yeah.
Our
Hey,
audience
listen. I'm ready for the smoke. So let's go. All right. Let's look at the person. And I kind of only want to give this guy credit because he didn't even have the balls to put his actual profile, his name up. So someone went and created a dummy account. And just for context, this is on a comment on a segment where we were talking about Kamala Harris losing the election. And Eric, in fairness, said she did not have enough time to prepare for an actual campaign. Apparently that went over a lot of people's heads because you had this guy right here. When you fail at everything in life, the only thing you have to fall back on is accusing whites of racism. Sorry you overplayed your card. The word racist doesn't mean anything anymore. Everything that Martin Luther King fought and died for is wasted on idiots like you now. Actually, Eric, this is not even towards you or I. It was talking to Kendall. Exactly. Kendall's take was she lost due to racism. So Kendall, that was for you.
That's for you.
Would you like to pass or play?
Oh, nigga, I'm playing.
I'm playing. Here we go.
Okay, to be clear, which one of the come back to us for a second, Aaron? Which one of the three of us has failed at life?
I think I'm still doing okay.
You didn't put your name on it, and all you got, bro. You can just Google me, friend. Google me.
I think I'm doing okay.
Google me. Put it back up, Aaron. Google me, and then that'll humble you. In addition to that,
30678. Yeah.
It says, put it back up one more time. I want to read it. So when you fail at everything in life, the only thing you have left to fall back on is accusing whites of racism. Come back to me for a second. If you're not racist, why is it shaped like a racist?
A hit dog's gonna holler.
Why does it? If I'm not saying all white people are racist. See, this is something about me you don't know. Half white. I'm half white.
Kendall's mother is white.
My issues with some of the white community is what I've seen in my white family. I got the inside track on how many of you think.
Mm-hmm.
That's my problem. Excuse me. I know how the game works because I've been behind closed doors with family members who thought it was okay to say certain things. I'm not saying say the N-word. I'm talking about their ideology came spilling out in conversations behind closed doors because they thought they were in safe company with their cousin, their nephew, their grandson. Mm-hmm. My issue with y'all is I'm just calling balls and strikes. There is a reason why when a black woman is put up that she gets trounced. And I know we got all these other reasons, but let me tell you the primary reason. Let me tell you the primary reason why Barack Obama was worried about her being the candidate. He knew what y'all was going to do, Mr. White Man, because you're clearly white. You just didn't want to put your name on it. Put it back up one more time, Aaron. The word racist doesn't mean anything anymore. Come back to me for a second. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I would urge you, Mr. White Man, be careful. Don't allow yourself to think that black people don't care about racism no more. Because you might get your feelings hurt somewhere on a dark street somewhere. Don't do that. Now here's the last. Let me see the last one. I'm just talking straight to it. I'm trying to help him out. Everything that MLK fought and died for, is wasted on idiots like you now. Come back to me. What did he fight for? He fought for equality. He fought for us to have the ability to have these opinions and not have a genius like you show up on a high school graduate. I'm sure just a high school graduate show up on our thread and talk and try to lecture us on what racism is.
We can't give him credit for graduate because Trump he loves the poorly educated.
He loves
the poorly educated. He loves the poor. He said the poorly educated.
Here's a fact. The average Trump voter in 2024 was a 58-year-old white man who's a high school graduate who makes $36,000 a year. Sir, I'm the wrong person to hold that conversation with. It is not our fault that you were born on second and a half base. We were born in the locker room. We were born in the clubhouse. We had to come to the dugout, walk to home plate, get home base, then steal a base at second just to get to where you are. Now, we're not going to blame everything on racism because as we talked in our episode, there were some bad politics involved. But make no mistake about it, Dr. King is rolling over in his grave over what the Republican Party is doing. Dr. King was a Republican, not this Republican Party. And as I said on a previous episode, those of you that like to attach Dr. Martin Luther King and the Lord Jesus Christ, a man of color from Palestine, those of you that like to attach him to people like Charlie Kirk and people like Donald Trump, you literally don't understand the heart of those two gentlemen, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the Lord Jesus Christ, because Jesus will be opposed to y'all not covering people with health care. Jesus will be opposed to you all not taking care of foreigners. Jesus will be opposed to your greed. Jesus will be opposed to you not taking care of widows. Jesus will be opposed to you over criminalizing black people, where a black man gets a sentence that is 36% greater than a white man. I'm the wrong person to hold that conversation with, bro. Please keep following, but talk to me nicely. Keep following, but talk nice next time. Oh,
all right.
What's the next one? Let's play again. I want to play.
All right,
I want to play some more.
Here we go. This one is from the other side of the fence. So, but Trump. This is from AI. Is it Al Chi-Town or AI Chi-Town? Who knows? But Trump concept of a plan is better. Self-hating piece of shit. And I'm gonna blurt myself because the
algorithm
system's gonna do it. Yeah. Her plan would have been her plan would have taxed the rich and corporations instead of taxing the middle and poor working class. The rich and I do corporations. What? The rich and I do corporations pay million to the listen. Just go ahead and get off of this one.
She probably what she's probably saying. The rich and I. She's probably saying, and I do too. I pay taxes. Yeah. Maybe what she was saying.
Yeah. But anyway, corporations pay million to other countries and helping their communities and healthcare. I don't know, but what do y'all think about that?
Which one of you self-hating POS is what she talking to?
Right.
I'm not self-hating. I love myself. Hey, you need to go back a few episodes. We talked about love thy neighbor.
I love myself.
As loving yourself.
The corporate tax rate has not increased since Trump's been in office. It has not increased yet. It will with this next plan, with the big beautiful bill, possibly. So you may have a point there. You do have a point. But our millions and billions of dollars was already going to other countries under Biden.
Under every president since every president since Teddy Roosevelt. What are we talking about?
We've been sending money to other countries forever.
We've been sending money to other countries since right after World War I. That's how we gained world power. We bought our way to it. This is Teddy Roosevelt said that you walk softly and carry a big stick. So you show military might, but you walk softly, meaning that you give money away. We've been giving money away since the early 1900s under Teddy Roosevelt.
Some of that money is dirty money for regime change, and try to get them to fall in line in what you want to do. So I understand some money is not good money, but we've been doing it for years, so it ain't got nothing to do with who's in office per se. So I don't understand what this gentleman was trying to convey. Like things are going to be different.
Been a woman.
Was it a woman?
It's like a couple.
It's two people. It was two people in the picture. So I don't know if it was a gentleman or a young lady, but either or.
Yeah. So we kind of passed.
That's a pass.
Yeah, because that was kind of weak. I mean, calling somebody a POS is I check out on that. That's you too far into your feelings when you guys are calling somebody.
That's what I said.
You think it's a woman. That's why you think it's a woman.
That's because it was a very emotional response.
Wait a minute.
I'm about to get. Stay tuned next week for more comments from.
Stay tuned because when Eric's wife sees what he just said, we might get a third part.
You might keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but when you call somebody a self-hating POS, when I know these men, bro, you barking up the wrong tree. Whoever you are, bruh, sis, you barking up the wrong tree. Past that, man. Past that's trash.
Right. Well, look, that's all we have for this week with Pass or Play. Thanks for playing the game, fellas. In our new segment, what y'all think about that new segment?
I love the new segment.
I love it.
Yeah.
And keep
engage us. Please engage.
Yeah, keep the comments coming. Even though we might go in on you, just keep it coming because hey, look, it's all in good fun. Look, at the end of the day, I promise you, any one of us, if a person saw us on the street and said, "Hey, man, I'm in trouble. I need help," all three of us would help. So everybody's entitled to their opinion, even if your opinion is wrong.
Black, white, rich, poor.
Absolutely.
It don't matter. Left, right, in between. Well, left, in between, possibly a little bit to the right. But I'm not going in down to Whitestown and Greenwood and all that stuff. Or no. Anyway, so Kendall, let's switch topics, man, because we missed we missed our episode last week where we were talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Well, before we do that, Marjorie Taylor Greene and her recent comments towards the Republican Party. Now, this week she calls Republican Party. She calls the men in the Republican Party weak.
And you know
what? Them weak.
I don't like the fact they calling her far right. That bothers me. Because what does far right even means for a Republican in the year of our Lord 2025? Yeah. They try to throw her under, but I don't know. That's just fine. But we in a freaky. This is like a Freaky Friday type of episode.
It is a Freaky Friday episode, bro.
Because I'm agreeing with Marjorie Taylor Greene
and Donald Trump.
Go ahead and get raptured again. Let me get raptured up again. Rapture me up.
No. Here's the thing. Watch this. So the congressman from Georgia has been publicly blasting GOP leadership, accusing them of being weak and out of touch. As Aaron said, she says Republican men are afraid of strong Republican women, and she's specifically going after Speaker Mike Johnson for not being transparent and allowing what she calls broken promises on healthcare and spending. She's making it clear that she is not afraid to stand alone. But here's the bigger picture. Marjorie Taylor Greene might be positioning herself as the true MAGA candidate, not just another Republican. She might be positioning herself possibly for a run, a greater run. And the other thing is this, down there in Georgia, what she found out is her district in Georgia is starting to look a lot more black and brown. There's been a lot. There are new developments that are halfway because her district is about halfway between Chattanooga, Tennessee. Those of you that are familiar with 75 South, her district is about halfway between Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Georgia, somewhere just outside of the Atlanta metroplex. But when you get to like Canton, Georgia, and places like that where her district is, there's a lot of people moving further and further away from the city, and she's seeing her district change too. But I'm gonna give her credit though, y'all. I'm gonna give her credit for, and I think we talked about this previously offline. I'm gonna give her some credit, y'all, because she was the one beating the drum on the Jeffrey Epstein stuff.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I think that maybe this was a real thing for her.
Yes.
And you never know, and I don't want to cast aspersion, but you never know sometimes with a woman what her story was. You never know what she went through to have to do that. So, Marjorie, I'm going to tell you, just like we said about Charlie Kirk, I believe I'm seeing your humanity right now. And I can appreciate your humanity. I hope that you stay in this vein, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Stay in this vein because they need a counterbalance. And it's entirely possible, y'all, that she had some type of abusive situation previously. And the fact that they're playing games with this is just a problem for her. What are y'all thoughts on that? Do y'all think this is what bringing her to this moment of truth, as Eric said, this Freaky Friday scenario?
I don't buy it. I think the only reason why she's having this humbling moment is because it's now affecting her pockets. She knows that she's complaining about her children and their premiums going up. She said it. She said this is going to impact her children and their premiums.
And she owns a construction company.
All right. So she's in the, I don't think she's having a coming to Jesus moment of like, oh, this is horrible. I now feel for what Democrats have been saying from the beginning. No, it's actually affecting her personally. So that's why she's all of a sudden, I don't think she cares about anyone outside of her, but now that it's actually on her doorstep, now she's taking issue with it and say, okay, I need to stand up for my children and them losing and my loved ones losing their health care. If it wasn't impacting her personally, I don't think we would see this from her. And that's my stance on it.
I could agree with that to a certain extent. Money's not a problem with her. She's worth about $20 million. But I think I feel like I think she's being for real, because I think she sees that the tide is changing, and she like Kendall said, her district's starting to change just a little bit. Right now, when she got elected in 2024, it was a plus 19 Republican seat, and I believe it's still, even with the change, it's still going to be at least maybe a plus 12 now. So her seat is safe. One thing about Marjorie Taylor Greene, she does not take corporate PAC money. She doesn't take money from APAC. She doesn't take money from the gas companies. I mean, from coal or anything like that. And she's actually the #1 recipient for small dollar donations from the Republican Party. She's third behind Bernie Sanders and AOC for total Congress for small dollars. So she's not beholden to anybody. I believe she's really speaking for her constituents. She said when she ran, and for Republican Party ran on Epstein files being opened up, she's just honoring her word.
I think y'all being too forgiving.
I'm not being forgiving. Don't get me wrong. I still believe that she's anti-Semitic. I still believe that. I think she's still anti-Semitic. I think she still. I think she has a problem with Jews. That's me personally. But I think she's still coming from a place that's the only thing. She's mad at the Republican Party because she wanted to run for Senate.
She's only against the Jews.
No. I'm saying no. I'm just saying she's against black people too. I don't know. But she sees the tide is changing, and she sees how the young people. You see how the young people are changing. The young Republicans are not for what the old time Republicans is for, and she's seeing, and she's a survival mode, and she sees that the party really doesn't like her because they didn't back her. She wants to run for Senate. I guarantee you, she will be running for president in 2028. I guarantee you that she will be running for president because she's going to take that young MAGA wing back up, and I guarantee that she will be competitive in that primary. You heard it here first. I want
to say this. So, her, and I hear you, Aaron, because it's hard to trust somebody that has been so untrustworthy when it comes to just simply telling the truth. So I get
I
it.
trust you.
I will say this though. I will say this, in a political climate in which you see, as Eric said, the demographics are turning slightly. And because keep this in mind, so I pulled up some numbers on Marjorie Taylor Greene, and watch this, the median property value of her district from what in 2018, the median value of a property in 2018 in her district was $154,000.
Oh, it's more than that now.
The median property value now is $223,000.
Yep, I saw that. I read that. Yep.
The poverty rate in 2018 was in her district was 27%. It's now 11%.
Yep.
The numbers in her district are changing because affluent Black folks are moving up towards Lake Altoona and moving up towards Canton, Georgia. So
and not to mention college educated white people.
Yeah, and college educated whites up there in Red Top Mountain area and Canton, Georgia, and all that. They're starting to move into that area to find affordable housing, right?
Yep.
Now here's the challenge though. I think so that could play into it. The other thing is I think that she could have had something in her background that makes her more sensitive to the Jeffrey Epstein thing, because to her credit, she's been on it, and then when they didn't release it, she was mad. I'll give her that. The other thing is, here's the other thing, Aaron, as I looked at some numbers, approximately 20% of her whole district will lose Medicaid if they don't get a deal done. 20% of her entire district is on Medicaid and Medicare. And 67,000 children in her district are on Medicaid and Medicare.
And she's a mother first. She's a mother first.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something.
But I think we were talking. I think the original. Go ahead, Kendall. Finish.
No, I was just gonna say that I just think that one thing, which is crazy about the school shootings, because normally children, when it comes to children, all bets are off. And even though they don't do this with school shootings, for example, I just think that maybe all bets are off in this scenario. But go ahead, Aaron.
Well, I think the original position was, is she sincere? And that's the reason why I had that response. I don't think she's sincere. I mean, I think it's something to gain. One thing, like I said before, her children talking about they're about to lose their health care. Now, you said they don't need the money, but who's to say that she's given all that money to, or able to take care of her children or the extended family and friends, take care of their needs, medical needs, when it comes to healthcare. And then you're talking about, Kendall, from a voter standpoint, she still has something to gain from that. So she's not sincere. If I erase on May 16th, when I'm attacking Jasmine Crockett, and then all of a sudden a few months later, because don't forget, she called her a beach body built, whatever. What you say?
A bad built, bleached blonde, whatever she said. Bad body built.
Yeah, I got somebody. She said, if someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach, blonde, bad built, butch body's
crazy. Butch body's
and then on top of that, I love Jasmine Crockett. I love Jasmine Crockett.
I love Jasmine Crockett.
One day when this podcast makes it out there, and maybe she'll come onto the show. Yeah, maybe we'll be big enough for her to come onto the show, and then come onto the show. But here's the thing, Jasmine Crockett knows her better than we do, and even Jasmine Crockett said the girl's a racist. So I mean, I hear what you all are saying, but I'm not now.
True though, Aaron. Can you be a racist and hold on? Can you be a racist and you sick and tired of the Republican Party because they are trying to stifle you behind closed doors, and you have told the line? So to her credit, she has told the line.
I'm not knocking her for going against the Republican Party. I think more people need to do it, and I think she's spot on, 100% spot on by calling the Republican men weak. Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, and all these other Republicans who
Lindsey
went toe-to-toe with Donald.
Lindsey Graham.
And all these other Republicans that went toe-to-toe.
And Johnson, Lord Farquaad.
Yeah.
Lil Mikey.
But what I'm saying is, all these Republicans once went toe-to-toe with Donald Trump, and now they just bowed down. Tim Scott, I'm not even gonna put him on. He's always been kissing the ring. But the other ones, like, they weren't best friends. I mean, Marco Rubio went at him. They went straight at Donald Trump. But when Donald Trump pulled them in behind closed doors, they came out singing a new tune. No spine whatsoever. And we talked about this maybe two, 3 episodes. When you fall for nothing, when you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. When you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. And that's what we're seeing with the Republican Party. That's what Marjorie Taylor Greene is now calling out with those Republican men. She's spot on for calling them weak, spineless. But does that make her a good person? No, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, you should check her fundraising numbers since these last week. She's doing
that don't make her a good person.
Small dollar
I'm not buying
it. Trying to survive. She's just trying to survive.
That don't make her a good person. I'm not buying it.
I don't know. Many politicians not good people.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, you got these. You got my co-hosts. They're you got them sold.
She's right. They
gonna move to Georgia and vote for you.
No, I'm just like, I'm glad somebody's standing on their side of the fence. That way they can hear it. They need to hear it.
They already removed her from every committee. They're already trying to discredit her. They're not trying to hear that.
She still got committee assignments.
No, Mike Johnson just said he pulled her.
Yeah, they have pulled her off.
No, she said she said she's not a part of that committee, that particular committee, as far as the healthcare stuff like that. But she's still on the stuff. That's why her and Jasmine Crockett got into it.
Well, I'll stand correct. Yeah, well, I'll stand corrected, but still, I'm not buying it.
The point is, he has pulled her off of some assignments because she's starting to. Now, first she was bucking against them because she was just being wild. But I think somebody may have gotten to her and been like, look, you can carve out, because Susan Collins about to go bye-bye. The governor in Maine, the Democratic governor, the female governor in Maine is about to funds.
No. That governor in Maine needs to sit out for that other guy who's more progressive, who's more down to earth. We need to talk about that. That governor in Maine needs to sit down and sit out, because she will lose to Susan Collins. That governor in Maine is the establishment pick, and the establishment pick should not be the. I'm telling you something.
Maine is a blue-leaning state, which is the reason why Susan Collins was able to actually even win in the first place. You can't always run a super left-wing candidate.
He's not super left. What's super left? What's super left in 2025?
I'm not saying he is. No.
You said you can't run a super left candidate. What's super left in this climate? What's super left?
I'll answer your question. Let me finish the statement. You can't run super left candidates for certain. If it's close to moderate, or if it's right leaning at all, or if it's moderate, if it's purple, you cannot run a ultra progressive candidate anywhere in America. They won't win. Now, in Democratic areas where the Democratic base is energized, like New York City, you can win with an ultra liberal candidate. There's a reason why
they tried this. And they kept they tried this again before. Yes, it's Susan Collins. She kept winning. Susan Collins has been in Maine for a long time. This is her sport, and they tried these establishment type of Democrats that you said that she cannot run. They cannot run against her, and they keep losing to her. Try something else.
Maine is a conservative Democratic state. I'm just saying what I'm saying. So is New Hampshire. It is a Democratic state, but it's old school Democrats though. We talked about old West Virginia Democrats, right? Maine and Maine and New Hampshire are holdovers from the old guard of Democrats. They're holdovers from the way the Democratic Party used to be, right? So I hear you, but I'm just you know.
I'm telling you, you heard it here first. She needs to. I know she just this governor, and she just put it out there that she's going to run because Chuck Schumer picked her to run. Chuck Schumer does not, and they got McGrath running in Kentucky again. How many times they gonna run her?
Well, sometimes I hear you on that, but here's the thing about now. I will say this: Andy Beshear in Kentucky is a moderate Democrat.
What? Okay, let's define moderate Democrat. What's moderate Democrat?
A moderate Democrat is a moderate Democrat is someone that is a bit conservative. For Andy Beshear, someone who's a bit conservative, fiscally conservative, or I should say,
is he fiscally conservative?
Well, hold on, I'm about to explain. Who's more restrained than progressive Democrats would be. He's in the line of a Evan Bayh Democrat, a Bill Clinton Democrat.
Evan Bayh.
He's an Evan Bayh, Bill Clinton type of Democrat. Andy Beshear is, and his father was the same way. This is the reason why Andy was even able to win, because of the nostalgia of his father.
Yeah, Andy got in because of his name. He got in through nepotism. That's true.
But so through nepotism the first time, but then he won re-election. So the second time wasn't nepotism because they saw his work for 4 years. But you know what he did? He had some conservative parts of his policies, but he would not budge on a 6-week mandate. He vetoed a 6-week mandate on abortion. So he's a Democrat in that he is pro-choice, but he wasn't.
He's pro-union. The teachers union got him in.
Yeah, but he's in favor of a 16-week ban on abortion. That one issue right there shows that he's a moderate Democrat. But I understand your point, Eric, because I don't think that's moderate.
I don't think that's moderate.
I think that's moderate because there are.
But that's the majority. That's the majority of Democrats feel that way. That's not my. I don't think that's moderate.
And watch this, and behold, I show you a mystery. Most Democrats are moderate. Here we go.
Really? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what does moderate mean in 2025.
Well, here's a definition of it. I hear you: center left, pragmatic reform, which is Andy Beshear; bipartisanship, which is Andy Beshear; social safety net. So he still believes in a social safety net, but in a pragmatic way. That is Bill Clinton.
And I'm not sure in this climate in 2025, pragmatic reform is the answer to where we at right now. We're here at this point because of pragmatism. Now we've shifted this country way far to the right because people got tired of being pragmatic. Being pragmatic is why we're here now as a country. That the wealth disparity is so whacked out, jacked up out of place. Being pragmatic got us Trump because Obama was talking about pragmatism and it did not work. Pragmatic.
But I would say this though. I would say this though.
I don't
think it's pragmatism. I think it is non-aggressive. Hold on. I think it's non-aggressive pragmatism. You could be a pragmatic and be very aggressive too. Meaning, these are my values, this, that, and the other. Because pragmatism is a means to an end. What needs to happen to make this happen? I'm willing to do whatever needs to happen to make this happen, right? And that to me is pragmatism. What I think to your point is that, and what Aaron said even in the last episode, is that the Democratic Party has gone, when you go low, we go high. Well, but here's the challenge with that. You go low, we go high. That's not true pragmatism. That is recessionism. That is receding, right? And that's not true pragmatism. You can be a pragmatist and still be aggressive. Is probably what the point I'm trying to make. But
All right, so
yeah, we
go
did
ahead.
have that one last topic. Let's get to this last topic.
So Kendall, I know we were talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene and dominant women in the Republican Party. Now that takes us to a social media topic where we're talking about dominant women, period. There's a lot of women out here, a lot of dominant, like Kendall already, a lot of dominant women who are claiming to be alpha female. They're saying they are alpha. There are even some married women who are saying that they are the alpha in the house, meaning then what is their husband if they're the alpha? So that takes us to this topic that we missed last week, alpha chat. Is it possible for a woman to be an alpha female?
No.
There's a lot of women. Hold on. There's a lot of women who were waiting for us to cover this. So I can't wait to see the comments on this. But go ahead, Kendall. You have the floor.
The answer is no. 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 There is no alpha female. At least not the way that you all purport it to be. Now, do we have that chart, Aaron? Because we actually have a chart of what an alpha female actually is, if there is such a thing as an alpha female. Look what
As
she
you can
is.
tell, Kendall's excited about this.
She's charming and intelligent.
This is from a blog site called The Mindful. So we don't want to take credit for to give them credit. But this is the chart they put together. Go ahead, Kendall.
Yeah, The Mindful. So she's charming and intelligent. But look, the stuff that y'all call an alpha female is probably beta, sensible and reliable, mistrustworthy. Y'all talk about the fact that
Sigma. Look at Sigma, Kendall. I think that's what I'm looking at Sigma.
Yeah, proud and charismatic, the high achiever. Come back to me for a second. I need a rant. I need a rant. We probably need to have a rant sound. So
he don't want us on the screen on this one. He wants this one by itself.
No. Y'all can stay. I don't care what it is.
There you go.
Let me have the floor for a second. What you all here? I'm not attacking. I'm just trying to help. What you all call an alpha female, men call an adult female. I got my own house, my own car. I pay my own bills. I got education. I have a career. I have this. I have that. And that to me sounds like a productive adult. You're calling yourself an alpha. I'm calling you an adult female. Because every adult should have a house. Every adult should have something to drive. Unless they live in a large city and they use public transportation. Every adult should have their money together. Every adult should have that. I don't know that makes you an alpha. I will tell you this, though. If you are a Christian woman calling yourself an alpha, you are way, way, way outside of the plan of God for your life. Let me give you a term from the Old Testament and in the book of Genesis, in Genesis chapter 3. God, after Adam and Eve sinned in the garden, when God was doling out punishment, he said to the woman, because you have done this, I will put enmity between you and the serpent. You will bear your children in pain, and your desire will be for your husband. I will give him headship or leadership or headship over you. Now, wait a minute. In the original Hebrew, it's the word dabak. Dabak. Your dabak will be for your husband. Your desire, your dabak. Go to Genesis chapter 4. God is holding a conversation with Cain about his brother Abel. He says to Cain, why are you so upset, Cain? Why are you so mad? I'm receiving your brother's offering. All you got to do is do it the right way and I'll receive yours too. God warns Cain. He says, Cain, sin has a dabak for you, a desire for you. So God warned women about the desire And when he's saying that sin has a debak for you, a desire for you, he's saying that sin has a desire to overtake you, to overwhelm you, to dominate you. And God says the same thing to the woman. Because there's something in you in Genesis chapter 3 that wants to debak, to overtake, to dominate your husband, I'm going to give him headship over you. So if you're trying to be an alpha female as a Christian woman, I don't know about the rest of y'all. The rest of you all can do what you want to do. But as a Christian woman, if you're saying that you are an alpha female, you are out of the will of God. Because God, he pressed down the alpha female in the garden. It is okay for you to be a helpmeet. It is okay for you to be an easer connecto. It is a very powerful position as a woman to come alongside of a man. Because what an easer connecto does is an easer connecto, a helpmeet, has the ability to she's so flexible, so talented, so gifted, so well versed, so well traveled, that she has the ability to see every blind spot of her man and help him navigate it. That is a great place to be. So no, there is no such thing as an alpha female. And if you're an alpha female, I'm wondering about whether or not there's some brokenness in you. Y'all run away with that. Go on, accept.
Are you saying? I think you said there's no alpha. If you're a Christian woman, there in the kingdom of Christ, there's no alpha female. Is that what you're saying?
There should not be an alpha female. If you're a Christian, there should be no alpha female. There should be no alpha man either. I hate that concept because the alpha man, put the chart up. The alpha man is a center of attention, is his way or no way, dominating and charismatic. And it says the born leader. I don't even like that definition. That's their definition. I hear you. But here's the thing. You ever gone out to dinner with your homeboy and your homeboys are always the one that's in there like doing the most? Like, bro, chill out. Like, relax. You know what I mean? Like, he's in there just doing the most. Like, he's loud.
Loud.
He got to be the one that's at the center of all of it. Like, man, bro, chill out, bro. Relax. Who wants to be around that guy? Yeah. Go ahead, Aaron. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I don't know if that's necessarily alpha though. That behavior, because alphas, you don't necessarily have to. Alphas don't say they're alpha. To me, I'm not going to run around and tell, "Oh, I'm a leader." You know, leaders lead by example, and I've seen that throughout corporate.
I know, but that's your definition of alpha. Don't we have another chart of alpha? Of the alpha male versus the.
There we go.
Yeah, confident, dominant, assertive, leader, competitive, status driven, decisive, often charismatic. Right? And then what women, and we talked about this offline, what women, I guess the point is, any chart we use or any rubric we use, it's gonna be different. Different definitions for alpha will be there, right? So I get that part of it too. So we have to balance that out with it. Yeah. But like women, because we talk about this offline, I think women, when they want a good man, it sounds like a beta: loyal, supportive, cooperative, less dominant, conflict adverse. Right? He don't get into all that stuff. Emotionally.
Another chart did say the beta is the husband type. The other chart did say beta is the husband type. So you're correct.
Yeah, and so that ain't that what women say? I want an emotionally intelligent man. Y'all describing a beta. So then when he's emotionally intelligent, you say, oh, he's a beta man. Ain't nothing wrong with being a beta. I want my daughter to marry a beta because he's loyal, he's supportive, he's cooperative, he's less dominant. So I got to go in there and knock him upside his head because he's treating my daughter like she's a child. I don't know. What am I missing, y'all? I'm talking too much because this stuff bothers me. What am I missing? Help me
Eric,
out.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is
what's your thoughts on the alpha man?
I think it's it all.
What's your thoughts on an alpha man?
Separation of church and state. Separation of church and state.
He over there speechless. Eric about to get kicked out of his house and his
my fraternity.
Tread lightly. Tread lightly. He said separation of church and state.
If you so here's a call to action. If you identify as an alpha female or a sigma female,
talk to me in the comments.
Come to the jump in the comments, but also DM us, because we are looking for a fourth person, a fourth woman to come on and join this team of the Root Cause podcast. We will go live, but we're looking for that fourth person, and we want a woman on here that's not afraid to stand on 10 toes and like, hey, 10 toes down, like, hey, even if I'm on an island by myself, this is how I feel. So jump in the comments, but also DM us. All right, back to Eric running from the sprat and his wife.
but I believe the rise of feminism has hurt the concept of look of the alpha woman. I would say that.
Unpack
that
it.
makes sense.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Unpack it.
Yeah. Because feminism has, I think it kind of helped hurt the nuclear family per se, of having that I don't need a man type concept. Yeah. And it really, how can I put this without and not tread to because my family members watch this. They're women, and I think how can I put it? I shouldn't have unpacked that.
Talk your mind, boy. Speak up. Talk. Say what's your chest.
Speak. You're on a podcast. Speak.
Don't be a hater.
I'm the husband type. I'm married 20 years.
Oh, better.
Don't be.
He said, "Don't be later."
I think feminism has hurt the nuclear family. That
feminine and what?
Feminine. That means that they become just as dominant as men in a household, and they come and they just it does a lot of this.
The feminine empowerment.
Yes.
Which I
don't. There's a bunch of single mothers in my family, single women who held it down. Yeah. With no choice. They had no choice.
Listen, to be clear, those of you that are gonna jump in my DM and attack me, I believe I 10 toes down was banging on the table for Kamala Harris. I am a pastor of a church who, of the 6 most prominent positions in my church, 4 of them are held by women, specifically Black women. I believe in the capabilities and the intelligence and the wisdom of women, especially Black women. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure we're clear that is not the thing. But I do think Eric's making a good point when he says that I think hyper feminism.
Yes, that's a good word.
Because the country was we had such a patriarchal structure in this country for so long, that once the pendulum swung, I think what we're experiencing right now, y'all, is that the pendulum has swung violently the other way. And we got to find the middle point is what I think it is. Because it was wrong to consider a woman's value, whether or not she could cook and have children. That was wrong.
That's wrong.
But it's also wrong to be walking around in your house with your chest poked out like you the man up in there. That's wrong too. Those are 2 extremes. And I guess just to your point, Eric, because you're talking about the nuclear family, I think there is somewhere in the middle. And maybe that's what the conversation is. Maybe not so much an alpha female. I know I went in on alpha females, right? But maybe it's just finding the middle point. Where's the middle on the family? Because I think the family, especially the Black family, is better when there is clear vision from the man.
Yes.
And there is clear understanding from the woman and support, and her saying, all right, if that's what you're trying to accomplish, bro, this is what I think. This is how I think we should. This is how I think we need to do it. And I'll say this real quick, that I just preached a sermon at our sermon series at our church on marriage called "It's Not That I Don't Love You." And one of the things I said about the family that I believe that the husband is the CEO, but the wife is the COO,
Yes.
and the children are the shareholders. So God is the owner, the husband is the CEO, the wife is the COO, the chief operations officer, and the children are the shareholders. And I believe that if in my opinion, if you have a man who has a relationship with God, who has a clear vision for what he's trying to do with his life, and a woman that knows how to bring life to the seed.
Yes.
Because a woman has an ability, and I know we got to go, but a woman has an ability to do something that a man never could.
Yes.
And that is take a seed and give life to it.
Yeah, that's good. And we need your help. We need the help of a woman.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I gave you applause on that one. So, alpha females, look what you did. You were able to take Kendall and make him pull back a little bit to talk to y'all because he sees the feminine behind your masculinity. Anyway, that's all for the root cause. We gotta go. This has been a special episode. Kendall, close us out.
No, look. You've been listening to the Root Cause podcast. For myself, Kendall Wyatt, for my brother Ace Chandler, for my brother Eric Johnson. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for supporting us. Keep it locked. Stay with us, y'all. We're trying to grow. TikTok's doing great. YouTube's doing great. We got more things coming for you. Stick with us, y'all. As the months and the weeks and the years go by, we'll do better. We'll put on better shows. Stick with us and listen. I'm gonna start saying this every show. The worst is over, and the best is yet to come. We love you. Thank you for tuning in to the Root Cause podcast. We'll see y'all next time.